It's weird to me where it puts you. Like, why isn't this good right now? Why? That's so weird. This is very weird to me. I guess I can't do this guy next. Alright, well, look, I know I've got the spots I need, so let's go back to Grafted and push forward that way. Maybe it's because I haven't been through Lunari the Lakes, I don't know. I don't know. Welcome, welcome. Here's the weird thing. I've been streaming for like the last hour and a half, and apparently TikTok did not show it to anybody. So I disconnected and started streaming again, and now people are actually getting in there. So not really sure what happened. Unfortunately, better or worse, I did a bunch of stuff. Yeah, well, hey, we're here now. Got at least a little bit of time left. What did I do? I went and got the Dectus medallion left and right, and killed a bunch of little trash bosses. It's okay. So, my build is very, very odd. And it's a hell of a lot of fun. You gotta check this out if you haven't seen me doing it yet. I just started it today. It is a strange beast. It is the Smith Script dagger, which is the only thrown weapon. This thing. And Frenzied Flame. So I'm going with this very strange, chaotic. You'll see. You'll see. I'm gonna sort of tap a couple of.
Well, you're a true. My name, presuming only. I'm afraid. Oh, right. I can tell you. You've seen that. That's only it's done. After they did the academy, as you might have guessed, making entry and so on. When they come. Well, that is Selen. I followed, but Selen accused of. I still the illustrious. Why? Without one. And you'll never. And if once you've. Would you. I know it, but still.
All right. Well, I mean, this is. The challenges that I pick are strange builds, basically. I think they're great, but no death runs. Well, first off, there's a couple of times you have to die, right? So obviously they have to give you an exception for stuff like that, but... Oh, if I'm about to go through this area, I may as well get my heals. But I don't do stuff like... People do, like, the level 1. I don't know. That just doesn't sound appealing to me. if I get good enough at the game that I can beat it when I'm level 1 with a club. Whoop. If I get to that point, then I'm not sure that I'm really, like... I don't know. Heal from afar is so crazy powerful in this area. Oh, well, cool. Glad to hear that. I like, Renalia? Renalia? The Moon Queen, whatever. So the next fight that I'm going to do, I think that's actually a pretty fun fight. There's a couple things that can get frustrating about it, but I think that's a fight that's pretty cool. Hold on. Whoops. Go here. Oh no. Wrong spell. We're doing it again. Oh yeah. Well, I like Ronnie's Dark Moon. I prefer that spell. But yeah. Go get another copy of the thing that tells you where to get the key. Alright. Yeah, there's, you know, I think casting is done fairly well in Elden Ring. I think it also makes for an interesting yeah, well, keep in mind that, I mean, the notion of what it means to be a full caster in Elden Ring is a little bit vague anyway, right? You know, what exactly that means. I haven't tried Bloodborne yet. I don't know that there's ever really such a thing as a full mage. Like, I have a character that I play through that uses 2 staves, but there are times when I will intentionally switch to using a sword for, you know, finishing off something so I don't waste the FP, or, you know, that sort of thing. Is this... Oh, I know where I am. Hold on. I think. I didn't realize I went way further west than I meant to go. But now I know where I am, so I can go here. And if it's nighttime... Yeah, you can, but if you're gonna go with a pure mage build, you really gotta like think about what spells make sense for that. I've done full mage playthroughs, but again, I mean, I think it's kind of silly to just refuse. You know, if you have the opportunity to walk up to a mob and backstab it. Severabanka? Nice. Just watch out for those flowers, they're obnoxious. You're about to see where to get the key. What I'm not sure of is if I want to go kill the dragon. What I'm going to do is grab the... I may play with the dragon. I'm going to grab the... Grace. So that if I do manage to get myself killed on the dragon, which I have done once or twice so far. Aw, oh, come on. Come play with me. Gonna be like that? Alright. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, normally you would do that. But I am choosing to encounter the dragon. But yes, absolutely. Grab the key and run. That's what I usually do anyway. There we go. Aw, really? Really? Come on. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to go back here. My older child's middle name was almost Dragon Slayer. Yep, true story. His middle name is Elric, but it was almost Dragon Slayer. The wife vetoed the middle name. And when I said, all right, how about Elric? Which is the second one. Yep, absolutely. Yes, don't spell it like that, but yes. Like Elric of Melnibone. So, the story is my wife and I, myself more than her, but we were both Society for Creative Anachronism players. And SCA has rules about naming for an in-society name. And the rules at the time, perhaps they're the same now. The SCA at the time had a rule that said one name in your SCA naming is allowed to be a name from your birth certificate that requires no other proof. Otherwise, in the SCA, you have to provide proof that the name you want officially is medieval, fits within the time period. So some names you don't really have to prove. Thomas, that's given, right? What you can't do is take a name like, you couldn't say Thomas Paine. That's taken. You couldn't say, Henry the Plantagenet. It's taken, etc. But you could say Henry, O'Connor. As long as you can prove O'Connor and Henry are both period. Some names are, you can take names from the Bible. That's considered to be proof. Now, having said all of that, one name from your birth certificate. So by giving a middle name like Dragon Slayer, he could take the SCA name, Bob Dragon Slayer, by manipulating the rules. At the beginning, Elric was a very common SCA name, and they very quickly realized, too many people were taking it, and two, it's not actually a period name, it is a period title. So, in fact, Liam is very likely, William was very likely Will Liam as a full name, because Liam stands for the protector. So William would be Will, William would be Will the Protector. Well, his name ended up being Liam Elric Patolsky, and so his name translates roughly to Liam, Protector of the King. I'm proud of that, honestly. Let's get one of these. Boom. And the other one of these. God, I love this spell. Oh. Maybe this time. Yep. Crazy, huh? Oh, it survived. Huh. How funny. Let's not let that happen again. I'm trying to thread the needle here. Here we go. If I don't do this, I have to deal with these guys when I run past. I can handle, you know, one or two of them, but when they stack up, they get pretty frustrating. Especially when they freak out when they take damage. Anyway. Alright, let's see here. Whoop. Now, I didn't actually grok this path until many playthroughs. But you have to watch out for this gap. But this is a super, super, super better way to go. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Stamina. Isn't that crazy? You know, the thrown weapon build is just nuts. It really is. So, it it does have ninja vibes. There's a lot of, so the build is very intentional. Everything about this build is like intentional. Even having the blasphemous blade on my back, that is an intentional choice. All of it is. Every little thing is an intentional choice. Oof. By having it on my back, every time I kill something, I get the extra health, which I'm also getting with this for successive attacks. And because this is such a oh, come on. No, but you can power it to plus 10, and then in your next playthrough, you can go get the one that's plus 10. Yep. Absolutely. Not only can you, but you should. I always open that and the thing's never in there. Not anymore, anyway. Boink. Boink. Isn't that crazy? This gets interesting. Let's see. So, let's do this. Let's get the, blessing out. The vow. I'm not going to use howl, at least not yet. But I am going to heal. Do this. Oh no. I screwed up. Isn't that crazy? That was all light attack. I didn't do any of the heavy attacks. I didn't do any of that. So it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. I'm not planning... should I go get the extra key? I could give Thops the key. Problem is I like him. If I give him the extra key, he dies. Because almost all things that happen in this game are bad news. Alright, this next fight is actually going to be one of the first ones that I do, which will really tax this, this build. Ah. Jesus, they all missed. It stopped me from attacking. All right. Still getting a little bit of the timing elements of this one down. It is a little odd. Ha! Oh, I got him with a crazy. All right. No. You can't, because it can't. You can't put Ashes of War on it. That blade and its abilities are very much unique to that fight in that location. I assume you mean the that one that you pick up outside. The one you pick up when you first walk into Rykard's fight. Yeah. No, there's nothing like it. That would be just too much, you know? Let's go with this route, but with this. So, one of the... This particular fight has some things in it that I'm going to use this sword just so that I can get past, like, this stuff. Oh, heck. I ran out of FP.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
There's two. Ow! Oh, it killed them all. And I got the health for it. Where's three? There it is. Nope, that's lethal. Uh-oh.
Thy fate lieth under
I
my
did that
moon.
badly. So I got locked into the unendurable frenzy. That was stupid. I got locked into unendurable frenzy, and then that got me stuck there. I should have stuck with the fan, the knives, and I didn't. That was badly done. Oops. Eh. Yeah, I was trying to be clever. And this game punishes clever. Well, it punishes stupid. In that case, clever is stupid. But at least I don't have to deal with this guy anymore. Yeah. Better than Netflix. Well, glad for that. I also meant to do those guys. Yeah. No, 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 no!
Little Rani,
That's how it should have worked.
dear daughter,
And the reason that I picked these guys...
into being.
The reason that I pick these guys is those arrows, they just keep plucking, 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 and it constantly hits her, and it keeps her stagger meter, like, really jacked up. First playthrough, those guys are
Where did
awesome
ye
if you get them
flee,
powered up.
my sweetings? Come out from whence ye hide. There are books and light aplenty, dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew? Ah, is it thy to become? Now,
I'm not actually going to do this, I'm just trying to get through.
be not alive. I would but
There we That should mean that I don't have to go back in there. Do you have a Discord? I don't. I've thought about it. There comes a point, though, where, like, if I set up a Discord, do I chat in Discord simultaneously? I don't know. I don't know. I have to look up what it is that people do. Yeah. Lawn darts. Yeah, this I so I would say that my favorite playthrough style until now was Lightning. And it's what it is that I like about Lightning is really played into with this build, which is that it's fast. But this I think is more fun than Bolt of Gransax, which is a incredibly fun weapon. Now, here's something else a lot of people that have popped onto my stream don't know. Well, they do now. Well, I'll show you. You're about to find out. I just got to get ahead of this. I may. I'm not against it. Alright, so... I never use that stuff. Alright. Did you know that you can actually, there's actually a suit of armor and everything that you can set up so that when you roll into people, you do damage to them? You technically could do a playthrough like that. I can't imagine killing any substantive boss with that build. But there is actually a damage roll build. Alright, so, here's what's interesting. I'm going to skip the whole seeing what goes on here. Come on. Hey, Slim, what's up? Did you notice? They're not attacking. If you come up the lift using the medallion or using the Dectus lift things, they're actually non-hostile. PC. Alright, let me think about where I am. Yeah. Okay, I know where I am. Yeah, I didn't either. You know, the funny... So, when I first started replaying Devante... Or should I say, Miami Metal. On this playthrough, the first time around, or my second playthrough, so NG+1. That first time, I'm gonna go grab something and come back, and then I'm gonna head a different direction. The first time that I played through, someone gave me a challenge to do what they called like a knight build. Basically, you pretend that you're a knight. Hold on. Alright. Oh god, I have that like 800 times. Why do I keep coming back for it? All I remember is there's something there. I never remember what it is. So you have to do a playthrough where you can only do and use things that a knight would have used in like medieval Europe or Arthurian legend kind of stuff. So an example would be you can only use armor that would be like a knight's armor. This set would be a pretty dicey. It'd be a pretty steep claim that this armor that I'm wearing right now would qualify, for example. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but this is pretty sketch. Oh, I actually have... Oh, that's right, I maxed out on that stuff. So it would be a little bit sketchy to claim that this particular armor set is like a real knight's armor, but it looks like it could be just a thick plate. So technically you could get away with it. But there are other armors that you could wear, and by extension, anything that has like knight in the name, that's clearly a oh, come on. What's he still doing here? Oh, that's okay. He's easily killed. Anyhow, I want to go back to this anyway. Oh, you're gonna make me walk out. That's such a pain. You can only use weapons. You can only use and all that kind of stuff. And then within the set of spells that you can use, you pretty much can only use those spells that might be like a knightly paladin incantation blessing sort of thing. Healing spells, stuff like Golden Vow would be okay, but you couldn't do things like these Frenzied Flame and all that. That stuff's not there. And I thought it was a pretty interesting idea. So I played through that way, and I was using a broadsword and a medium shield for like a massive part of the game. Eventually I had to switch to something a little bit thicker, but playing through with that stuff taught me a lot about the game that I didn't know because of how I had played it previously. I just thought that was kind of cool. So what I'm doing is, I don't want to play with this guy. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm going through the process of getting a few graces that I can use to hop around later, because I happen to be central. Oh, these guys are such a pain. Sometimes they appear right here. It's pretty crazy. Oh, there it is. Isn't that nuts? All right. Oh. Wait. She want to talk to me here?
Only a little further till the foot of it takes me. I was born her mother, though now the reason.
Anyway, so the I had to learn how to do things like guards and guard counters and stuff that I'd never really done before. It was pretty cool. And so that playthrough, I discovered / learned you know, a few pretty specific spell combinations and all that that I hadn't really paid very close attention to because it was a less forgiving kind of style. I mean, if you follow the guide to get Rock Sling and the Meteorite Staff at the beginning of the game, you're gonna skate your way through the first third of the game. Very little difficulty, and you won't learn anything, and that's what I did. You know, I'm like, this game is hard. Here's a guide that'll say, you can do it easier. And I'm like, alright, so I did that, and it turned out that I just, you know, basically, I played the game a way that it was intended, but it made everything too easy until it got to a point where it was like I passed the bar where it gets hard again, but then it was really hard. Alright, I'm not going to keep going this way because I'm not heading all the way out to these places. Instead, I'm going to go back to here. Is this where I want to go? Yeah, that'll work. Let's see here. All right. Oh, well, let me go from behind. That didn't come out quite the right way. There it is. Dude got sick of holding up his shield. It's funny. Oh, when you're in this area, obviously grab this, but also follow this down here. Just follow this little cliff edge. Go up into there and loot everything. It's kind of just like the easiest thing to do is just loot everything. But one of the things you'll pick up by looting everything is that Amber Starlight. That is used in a quest later, and you're already close to it, so you may as well go get it taken care of. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think you do. You know, I've played it too many times when you know stuff like that. West side. Like this. What? There we go. West side. Wow, wow. The sound in this game, dude. So awesome. Hey, you left the door open. Hey, I beat up your buddy. I'm out. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to play with that guy, but not until I grab the Grace up here. Yeah, I'll agree with that. If not this, it is easily in the top list. I could see someone putting in an argument for Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring, Cyberpunk 2077. I did not have the problems that everyone else seemed to have with that. It's funny, I'm never using bike speed. I'm like not using it for anything, which is interesting. Cyberpunk, when it first came out, I had a computer capable, so I didn't have any problems with it, but most people did not. I had a recently built machine. Ah. Look at that. I even got a heavy attack off in there. Isn't that crazy? I've played both. Witcher 3 was a ton of fun too. Haha. Witcher 3 was great. I really liked the playthrough on that one. I thought it was a really interesting storyline. And I found the game to be very playable. You know, there wasn't a lot of clumsiness to the interface. So the one place where I think Elden Ring, at least on a PC, has some significant breakdowns is the interface. There are a couple things that it does that are just, like, not ideal. I do not like the fact that it will put a message on your screen that locks you out of anything except accepting the message. And that message may not come with the thing that you have to do to get rid of it. And I think that's actually, like, really unfortunate. that's the kind of thing that I think they could have done better. I think another thing is that they could have given, and maybe it's because they didn't want to. I'm using. Hold on, let me reset. I'm using the Smith's Script Dagger, which is a thrown weapon. That's what this lets me do. Have a good night, Pharaoh. Farron Leo. I don't like how cycling through spells works. I find it so clumsy, even with a mouse wheel to gain access to it, that I will intentionally reduce the number of spells in my list and take things off that I would like to have, just so that I don't have to, like, scroll through it. Ah, fuck, missed by one, get to the next one. You know, maybe if there was a better way that it did that, but I don't know. Hiya! That's what I wanted to see. So one thing that's irritating on this is I can't target his arms, which is the damage spot. I can target him offhand, but I can't target him on hand. That's just a pain. No. these guys is a pain. Oh no. Ah. Worst part is I don't have to kill that guy. Yeah, the problem. So his arms are his weak spot, but you can't target the arms unless you aim. And I'm not going to whip out a bow to fight those guys. Yeah, I'm just going to ride past. I don't have a strong desire to fight those guys anyway. What's amusing is when you get them to fight each other, but it doesn't last very long, and because that one in particular has the protected legs, the arrows that hit the legs don't do a lot of damage, and they don't do a lot of knockdown. So, it's not a big deal. Like I said, I can just ride right past him. I've got the other ones anyway. So, another thing that I did not know about this next boss, or this next major encounter, is that there's a summon on the ground you can use. I didn't know that until 2 playthroughs ago. And it's just because I happened to notice. Look. You can summon the bunk guy. Which I will. Because why not? Oh, I'm not going to use these guys, though. First, I don't want that. I want just about anything else. You. And no. I did not want those guys. Alright, well, hey. Hey, Slim, come here. I'm telling you. This is playthrough number 12. on this character. Or maybe it's 11. But this, yeah, what I find so amusing is I love the fact that these weapons are so quick, and I don't have to be, like, toe-to-toe with a mob. What was it? The Cypher Peta were also really interesting. The problem is you have to be toe-to-toe. This gives me some option to not have to be like that. And I get to use a lot of talismans I usually don't get to use. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Had the wrong thing out. Now, these guys make it a little bit more interesting. But not impossible. I just want to run right past this guy for right now. No. Sadness. Alright, I also summon their own guys. Those are the... It's interesting to have them alongside the guy that I'm using, but... It's better if I... Oh, this guy could be fun. No. It's better if I have someone that is a support to what I do. And Telu is a pretty good support. Ah! Whee! Oh no. Lame. Watch the money. Watch the money. I got the rune. Do I get the money? I did not get the money. But I got the rune. Yes, but thank you for the advice, Dante. I do appreciate. I do learn things. People tell me stuff, and I'm like, oh, hey, I didn't know that. That's always pretty cool. Now, he'll be somewhere... Alright, that guy will be here. Yeah, all you have to do with all of this is just plan, right? Oh, thank you, Sealy. Cyrilly Debt? Am I pronouncing that at least reasonably close to correct? Now, this is...
My utmost thanks for bringing me to the base of the here. And thus I shall farewell. I shall leave. I wish you luck. You have. I have no.
There's a way to unupdate your game, then put it on patch 1.02 for Primer Dawn. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I know what all the individual words mean. Oi! He hit one of the guys. I planned badly. Ah, oh, come on. Oh, well, I mean, it's pretty extreme. But yes, thank you. Do you mean console Radon or original Radon? Because I got the game when it first came out, and I beat it pretty early. But I couldn't tell you if it was, like, pre-nerf. Not for sure. Cancerous Calid. I like that. Well, that's one way to beat him. Lord knows I fall off that edge all the time. Alright, let's see. So, we want to go to Blessing. Oops. Golden Vow. Recharge. Alright. boy! Ouch, ouch, ouch. I've got a stamina problem. Make boss hit point 0 before my hit points get 0. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. No, I haven't played with any mods. I would consider there's a mod that lets you basically just go and fight bosses in arenas. And that one might be kind of interesting. Well, I've done every ending, and the I've only done Dung Eater once, I'm pretty sure, because honestly, not a fan. Dung Eater is a bad man. Oh, hell. I hate that move. I think these guys have the most wicked grab. And I missed one shot with the laser, which is surprising, but it happens. It happens. Oh, here. Little game trick. Get your buffs. Get your camp. Keeping them away from you is just good practice. Let's see. Cool lore when you fight Godfrey. His grace is pointing to you, meaning you are his boss. Interesting. Alright. Oh, here, let me... Crazy cooperator. And I'm actually going to use Dung Eater. Nope. Oh, that was a mistake. Ouch. Oh. Ha ha. I have, many times.
The Erdringer.
It's not very many runes for killing him. That sucks. Impenetrable, still stuck, go camp. Talk to the lady. Throne can bite me.
Allow me, you are unprevented. The thorn, a husk, the only way and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame and guide you. I will to the flame and guide you.
Now, what I really want to do is go to the impassable Great Bridge, which I passed once. Twice, actually. Who knew you entered Halo?
Champions!
Oh, I haven't done the Selling quest line in a while.
Stars have aligned. The festival.
Are you good and prepared, young chum?
Before we begin.
But now,
Oh, gathering of
Toad,
champions.
absolutely.
To celebrate.
you will
So,
find the field of battle.
I would say that
divested of his
the most important piece of advice is it is going to be very tempting to follow guides and advice on how to skip around and get rune farms in a couple different locations. Don't. I wouldn't, anyway. I would recommend not doing that. I would learn to play the game the way it's designed from base level in a manner that you enjoy. Explore, go into caves, go into buildings, do all the things. That is how you learn to play the game. If you can, learn how to perform the basic skills. Learn how to do things like a guard counter. Learn how to parry if you can, but that's actually really hard. There are people on YouTube you'll watch that make it look super easy. It's not. I know how to do it on a couple mobs, and I've been able to get it done in a few times, but I'm not very successful at it. But it is a very, very successful way to play the game if you can learn how. And don't think of classes as something that you want to really focus on. If there's a weapon that you like to use, you want to just get good at that weapon. Don't farm your way to level 150 because it doesn't actually make you better. It really doesn't make you better at the game. This game, it doesn't care what level you are. At level 450, level 425, if I walk into the starting guard area and I let them surround me, I'm dead. Seriously. Okay. Now, let's get these. Everything in this game is about timing. Ow. Oh, wow. Um, it is. I mean, I get it. He doesn't love his horse. He doesn't care about his horse. He's killing the thing. Well, maybe he loves his horse and just has a really weird way of showing it off. I would like to get my runes back. Oh no. Jesus. Where are all my helpers? Normally, they've, like, gotten him. Space herpes. Ah, this stuff's like hardcore. This is true Game of Thrones type business going on here, you know? Alright, thank you for stopping by. Enjoyed having you. Feel free to come by again. Looks like they have finally engaged him. Now I can get up here. Uh-oh. What? That was crazy. Thank you. Seriously, that was crazy. I had my damage reduction on and everything. Whatevs. I don't know, 20, 30 between all my characters. Uh-oh, I had madness. That'll do it. Oh, I could have summoned that guy. Can tell by the thing in the corner that like a major event has occurred.
The glory of the and then I can't fathom he was a living. Well, the wheel of fate is on the card. You were a fight. If you were a fight.
Apparently I'm a fine warrior.
Aye. One hit after that, and as such, as luck. If I and you know, who could expect? Just you wait. Who could expect? Just you wait.
Now watch this. This is that planning ahead business. Well, I kind of am doing a challenge. I mean, I'm using the throwing weapon as my primary weapon. So I'm using Frenzied Flame and this thing. Most of the fights I'm using the knives, mostly. Just on a boss fight like that, I may as well take full advantage. I mean, admittedly, it's not... No, I'm not going to do something like Deathless. Nah. I think it's great. I think people should do it because they enjoy it. But I don't really find those kinds of challenges. They're just frustrating. I don't like the idea of putting a bunch of time into a character and then dying and, oh, reset. It's not really my thing. But everyone should do whatever it is they like. I think that I'm going to go back here. Actually, I still want to go back. Wait. Here, first step. Madness Run. Oh, well, I mean, I'm using Frenzied Flame as my casting stuff.
Now, for an audience.
Okay, 2 fingers.
You know the fingers shake when they are but no matter. Now let do.
Now if I go back, he shouldn't be here anymore. So it's basically like I'm doing Madness, but I'm also doing, yeah. So now he's at the, that'll take me here. Madness and Throwing Knife. I find it to be a very interesting build. Here, watch this. I don't know if you've been watching. If you only watched that fight, you wouldn't have seen it, but it's pretty brutal, actually. I'm surprised at how effective it's been against most of the fights that I've been in.
You've had what? My dad. The words are truly, I believe, even that's the. Give it a try, and if it, I've high hope.
Whoops. He's not so tough. Alright, I will end it at the round table hold. It is late. It is time for sleep. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes and follows and the flowers and good games and such. I really do enjoy that. It's kind of neat. I will be back over the next days and probably tomorrow. I've got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Is it this weekend? Next weekend. This weekend, not so much. Next weekend. Anyway, be awesome, be well. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here, and I will talk to you all later.